All right, welcome back, universe, to Off the Rails 4th Annual Veterans Day Special.
Woo!
Hey, everybody, thank you to all our veterans out there. This week, we have William Krolowitz and Mark Martin are veterans for this 4th Annual Veterans Day Special. And I'm going to start with a little monologue, but we have a disclaimer. We don't talk politics on the show. And it was, and still is, election week. That election, internet did not give me much, so this is the only time I'm asking you to cut me some slack on this monologue. Funeral home van in Orlando, Florida catches fire while carrying a body. I guess no one was injured. All right. Exorcisms increasing exponentially across the U.S. With the COVID lockdown, everything is getting repossessed. Seriously, with all the exorcism, why are Americans so obese? All right. Thanks for the fake laugh, you guys. That's helping me. You start with the slow one. I don't even get warmed up. No good ones up with the loop. Molly goes in dry with the
we laughed for the other ones.
All right. Vladimir Maragwai, Russia's sausage king, was killed in a sauna with a crossbow. Abe Froman seen leaving the scene in a red Ferrari.
That's a good one.
All right, I got a good one out of there.
Abe Froman, the sausage king of Chicago.
Hurricane Ida is bearing down on Nicaragua. No one knows when it's expected to make landfall.
Oh.
You know, that's funnier if you saw how Ida was spelled. ETA.
ETA. Oh,
I'm stupid. I shouldn't have done a freaking joke.
You could have said Ida spelled ETA, and then we would have known, because I'm sitting there thinking, how do you spell Ida?
I know. Welcome to this is no longer a monologue. This is a comedy class with William. All right, William, let's see how you like this one.
Okay.
Dolly Parton is putting out her first Christmas album in 30 years. Lou Ferrigno commented, sucks to be you guys. It's because he's deaf, Molly.
Yeah.
He's deaf.
We get it.
He can't hear it.
Well, let me just say, I think Dolly Parton is an angel on earth. I love her.
Slow rim shot there? Was that no?
Nothing.
U.S.
Crickets.
Surgeon General Jerome Adams is charged with breaking the 14-day quarantine in Hawaii. He said, what? I was just going out to have a smoke. All right. Study shows that Americans are dieting more than a decade ago. The strategy seems to be go on 2 diets at the same time because one isn't enough food. Okay. Oregon decriminalizes hard drugs. I'm really not a fan of people who take drugs. Not the people of Oregon, like shitty roommates, custom officials, police officers, those type of people. That take
I like that. That's clever.
You like that one? All right. Canadians are on edge and offering emotional support to Americans. It actually brought a moment of unity when both parties simultaneously said, fuck off, Canada! Okie dokie, all right. Let's just get her all out if you want to talk about it. All right, here you go. Here's William.
Take off Poe's head.
All right, I'm just going to do a couple of things on Veterans Day. Being a veteran myself, I have to say, being in the military for 10 years, it afforded me the opportunity to travel all over the world. And I got to live in Europe, 2 different countries. I lived in Greece. I lived in Germany. I met a lot of cool people. I learned a lot. I actually met my wife in the military. And that's a story I kind of want to tell you about a little bit, because we met when we were stationed at Fort Stewart, Georgia. And she was adorable, and I loved her, and she was great. And we were kind of early in the relationship, and I was in E4, she was a PFC, so we were just one rank between us. And then I got promoted. And once I got promoted, I became a non-commissioned officer, and the military frowns on fraternization, they called it. So the first sergeant called me in his office, and he called us both in his office. And he said, listen, I know you guys have been dating, but now that he's promoted, he's a non-commissioned officer, you guys can't date anymore because that's considered fraternization. It's against the Army regulations. And I was like, whoa, it's kind of shocking, man. He's like, well, you know, if you want to get the Army off your back, you guys could get married if you're serious about it. So we were kind of talking about it. It's like, how dare they tell us who we can date? No, who the hell do they think they are, you know? And so we decided to get married. And what a great reason to enter into the sacred bonds of holy matrimony, to show the government, to show Uncle Sam. So, I mean, we rushed into marriage. I got married on a Wednesday afternoon at the South Georgia police station by the town barber. It was so romantic. So when we got married, and I didn't really know a lot about my ex-wife at the time. Ex-wife, right? We got married, and we had not even met each other's family, which was shocking because I didn't realize that I had married into an Italian family from New Jersey. I'm talking real Italians, you know. And I was shocked because my ex-wife's maiden name was Williams. What the hell kind of Italian family has the name of Williams? The kind that's in the witness protection program. So not only are they mobsters, but they're all a bunch of freaking rats. My ex-wife, Victoria, and her brothers, Sal and Tony Williams. So I go to meet her family in Jersey. And it was something like her brother took me in a room to the side. Sal, he didn't say much. He threatened me with 5 words. We went into a room. He opened a drawer and he showed me a sawed-off shotgun. And he goes, she cries, you bleed. Capiche? I was like, wow. And where's Sal at today? Hey, you won't see him no more. And what happened to him? I'm not going to tell you because I'm not a freaking rat. So we had one child, and then we had a second child, and then we kind of determined just after the birth of my second son, hey, this isn't working out. And I'm getting ready to be sent to Germany, and she's getting to be ready to be out of the Army. And so she wanted to take the kids. I wanted to take the kids. We both were kind of at an impasse. And so I reasoned with her. I said, listen, why don't you let the kids come to Europe and experience living in Europe? You want to take them to Europe, or do you want to take them to New Jersey where they'll turn into a couple of mobsters? And she's like, you're right. You take them. So I took them with me. And they're grown men now. But I just would like to mention a few people that I'm still friends with, that I was in the military with. I want to thank them for their service. Michael Cole, Hector Fuentes, John Cifuentes, Alvin Coltrane, John Coomer, Marty Mull, Tom McGuire, Ed Grollo, Bradley Chilcote, Bill Maceris, Darrell Brown, and his wife, Carolyn Leighton Brown, Naira Ballantini, George Seabach, Susan Gallagher, my ex-wife, Vicki Burnett, and last but not least, my nephew, Mark Martin, who is our guest for today. Thank you for your service.
Hello, universe. Welcome to Off the Rails with Tom and Mark.
Come back, universe, to Off the Rails, episode 46 of our second season, 4th annual Veterans Day special. Thank you for tuning in. We're here with former Thank you for tuning in. We're here with former Army Sergeant William Krolowitz and former Army Sergeant Mark Martin joins us to help you say thank you for all the veterans and all the sacrifice. And hey, you're looking to buy or sell a home. Maybe you're interested in a career in real estate. A lot of veteran specials out there for real estate. Email Roy at cbhsl.com, or give him a call, 414-235-0763. They'd love to be your go-to for all your real estate needs. Good people there at Coldwell Banker. So today we're going to, you know what? Let's just start with some gifts. Here's a gift. Mark, did you get your gift?
Not yet, I guess.
Oh, this is the gift. Well, you're going to see what you get. So he'll open the gift for you. We'll do that. So
Did you put it in?
Yeah, it was sealed by the U.S. Army. You're not getting in there. So Here we go. Let's do a little gift for William. Here. Makes all your years of service worthwhile right here. What you got there?
Oh, nice.
There you go. It is a rifle pen. Check that out. Got a little bolt action lever made out of a bullet. You can write upside down with that pen.
That's awesome. So, Mark, you'll be getting one. I'll be sending you one.
Oh,
One
I'm
for me and
looking
one
forward to it.
for Mark.
Astronaut.
Well, Mark, why don't you tell us a little something about your service?
Well, we got to
Like, how
do the
long-
hot seat
You
first.
start with the hot seat. Okay, go right ahead.
All right. Let's let's just
It's the hot seat! Wow, yeah! It's the hot seat! Hot seat! Off the rails!
All right. We got some hot seat questions for you, Mark. Mark.
How's it
And
going?
William. Best meal in the armed forces.
Are we talking MREs? Or are we talking
Let's
hot
go
chow?
whatever you want to talk. Best thing.
No MREs. Let's talk about the food. The sloppy joes were pretty damn good.
Ooh, I don't. To be honest with you, it all tastes the same to me after I put salad dressing on it and hot sauce with bread.
There you go. No, that's important. That's a Louisiana boy, just like me.
Yeah.
I used to carry Tabasco in my ammo pouches. I
Yeah.
had Tabasco.
What if you needed
Anytime-
one more bullet and you pull
Well,
out?
you know, hey, you throw that Tabasco in their eye. I mean, look, listen, when I was in 77 to 87, Reagan was our commander in chief. We went to Grenada. That's it. People fucked with us 0 times. They didn't mess with Reagan.
There you go. Something you guys are superstitious about, or maybe just a little stitious about.
Mark, go ahead.
I would say doesn't matter where you are, man, or what you're doing. It's when it's your time, it's your time. I mean, you can't run from
He's
it.
not very superstitious. Like me, I'm the same way. I'm not that superstitious. And we come from a very superstitious part of the country, like
Yeah.
New Orleans and the voodoo and the scariness. And my mom like, don't rock a rocking chair with no one in it. Like I'm rocking it with my foot. There was no one sitting in it. She goes, you're rocking trouble. She would take her hair after she combed her hair and she would burn it because she was worried about somebody finding her hair in the trash and doing voodoo on her. So, I mean, there's a lot of superstitious stuff that would go down, but I never picked up on it. You either, huh?
No, not so much.
What about your mom?
Well, that's a whole another world. I mean, I don't even know if you count that superstition. I don't know.
His mom's my sister. We're roughly the same age, and we got the same experiences, and we're pretty close. I'm pretty close with your mom. She's good people.
All right. Mark, I do have to say thank you for remoting in because Molly has mentioned how handsome you are about 3 times.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Thank you.
So I'm glad you're not in the studio stealing my lady here.
Well, we'll have to get you to
Gotcha.
come out next time you come take
No, I
a trip
think-
up.
Yeah,
He's good right where he is.
good. Okay.
We don't need to swoop in.
Oh,
and
he's
take my
much
lady.
better looking in person.
Oh, son of a bitch! I'm done.
Hey, how soon can you get here? See where
I'll
all
have to look.
Oh, jeez. Okay. I had so many jokes, but I'm not going to throw Molly under the bus because I want her to stay now. Okay, guilty pleasure TV show.
Mark?
I'm kind of fond of the Ozarks.
Ooh, we've been watching that. Don't tell us what happens. We're not caught up.
What about you, Michael?
I like SpongeBob. I like watching old SpongeBob.
Seriously?
It's hilarious.
Ugh,
It really is.
I like the OC. That's my guilty pleasure.
really?
Guilty
Yeah.
pleasure. One that you really don't want to tell people that
Right.
you watch.
And I just did.
That's
And,
the,
and you're
that's-
blushing.
I am.
I like the OC.
Oh, I'm not going to share that.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. They have so many crappy TV programs that I watch. Seriously. Okay, Big Brother. I watched Big Brother this year.
Okay. Molly and my ma have gotten into Naked and Afraid hardcore. Did you-
Really?
The show can be fun. Every once in a while, I will actually sit and watch an episode of like The Bachelor because it's such a train wreck, like drama show.
Oh, it's horrible, isn't it?
It's terrible, and
can't.
I
It just
makes
wouldn't
you feel
tell
better.
anyone normally that I watched it. But
I
You
can't-
just did. You told everyone.
Oh, Will is ratting you out. He says, "Ask William about all the reality shows he watched."
Oh, it's my
There's
son.
more.
Yep. I can see William.
I think one. That's what he asked. One guilty pleasure, son.
William yelling
Well,
at The
now
Bachelor.
he's
Follow your
asking-
heart.
I don't watch The Bachelor. I just
She's
Dancing
bad
with the
news.
Stars. I don't watch that either.
He's asking though, so now I kind of want to know.
Next question. Second guilty pleasure TV show you watch.
Shit.
I'll bail you out. It's Veterans Day
No,
special.
Real Housewives of New York.
Yeah?
Yep.
Why is that? You just like having women yell at
New
you?
York. I like New York broads. I love them.
You just want to hear the accents.
I love the New York broads, man.
All right.
Will also says Mark looks great.
That's Molly.
Hey, that's your cousin.
Molly on her Will Krolowitz account she just created to compliment me.
Hey, you know.
Noodles and chili, yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
No way.
All they do is absorb the flavor. You can have them on the side.
Well, listen, and the reason I say that, and I'm not going to say the chili place that I went to, I got it with beans, and it was almost all beans. And then I went back and said, look, just give me the noodles, and it was better with the noodles. I mean, when I make it, I don't make it with noodles. I just make it with beans. But sometimes if you go to a restaurant, you know, they'll load you up with beans and charge you an arm and a leg, and it sucks.
Right. So, but if you're using noodles, you're using the noodles to cover up a crappy chili. If it's good chili, you don't need noodles.
Good point.
Molly,
Ow.
do you make a good chili?
Tom makes a really good chili.
All
Look
right.
at the size of
And
me. You
I
think I
was-
can't make a chili?
I was a hardcore like noodles and chili fan until I tried Tom's chili. And the first time I was like, well, where are the noodles? He's like, just try it.
What about you, Mark?
It doesn't need them.
I don't make chili, so
Marky's chili with shrimp and crawfish.
Yeah.
yeah, red beans.
No, I've had it with rice too. Believe it
Yeah,
or not.
Yeah,
I've
It's
tried
not
it with
bad
rice.
the rice.
I'm going to blow everyone's tits off here. Flavor blasted goldfish crackers. Yeah.
Really?
Cook it with the goldfish crackers in?
No,
Or just
as
throw
like
'em
a
on?
topping.
As a
Just
topping?
Yeah,
throw
yeah,
'em
yeah.
in.
No, I see
Okay.
where you're going with that. Yeah, yeah.
There you go. One with every bite.
I get you.
Do you throw raw onions on it too?
No.
No? Oh man, I gotta do.
I might
raw
have to
onions.
try that.
Yeah.
I got sour cream, cheese.
And there's like a chili
goldfish.
vinegar with peppers in it that you could put on top, man.
But if you put more stuff on it, again, like the noodles, you're covering up a bad flavor.
No,
No,
not
no.
necessarily.
You should-
Sometimes
you
it
shouldn't have to put
complements.
something on chili to make it taste better.
Compliment. Well, like Texas chili, like you don't know beans if you have beans in your chili. Well, everybody's got different things. I mean, like I went to Skyline down in that Skyline chili place. I went to one of those places when I was in Dayton, Ohio, doing a gig, and then everybody raved about it, and it was pretty darn good.
Okay.
I saw it for sale in the grocery store for like $4 a can. I'm like, hey, that good.
We have a chili week. I make a huge pot and we have chili leftovers,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that's the
chili
great thing about
dogs
chili
the
is
next
that
night.
Chili leftovers, they taste better the second time around, I think.
Blow your tits off again. I'll blow your tits back on. You, you take a beef bouillon and cook it in there, like 1 or 2 beef bouillon cubes. Tastes like it sat overnight.
Well, yeah, there's one chili I get from a place called Hard Times.
Why don't you
Cafe.
make your own chili? Stop getting chili.
No, it's a restaurant that I went to, and then you order their mix, and then you either use it's beef broth or one of these, a beer,
Okay.
and it's awesome. It's the Texas chili. It's really good.
First annual Off the Rails chili cook-off.
Oh, we're gonna have
Right.
to have one.
All
You
right.
should.
All right.
You know, I have to cook one though.
This one is for William, for probably a lot of his relatives. Are you insecure about your male status that you have to keep referring to everyone else as beta males? Or are you just lying to yourself because you hate being a beta male? So you say it enough, it has to be true.
No, man, I'm not insecure at all. I know I'm an alpha, and I know you're a beta,
Oh, jeez.
and I know Mike's a beta. I'm the alpha of this group.
Oh,
Mark's
now
an alpha.
Trust
I've
me.
known him as
Damn it,
a
I'm an alpha. I'm surprised he's not banging his shoe on the table.
I'm
Now
outta
he's
here.
throwing the gauntlet.
Come on, you know you're a beta.
It makes you feel better. All right, weapon of choice in the zombie apocalypse.
Mark?
I guess I would a tomahawk, I guess.
Tomahawk.
Hey.
Yeah. So I don't run. I mean, I
rock
can't ask for a
tied
gun.
to
I
it.
don't know if I'm gonna have ammunition.
Why
and
not a
run out.
sword or something, or a hammer? A tomahawk? Who's
Yeah.
tying it? You don't let someone else tie your tomahawk.
Well, I would go with the hatchet though, because I sleep with a hatchet
Hatchet.
under my pillow.
There you go.
You sleep with a hatchet under your pillow.
Somebody
That's an
comes
alpha
into
male
my
move.
house, that's alpha move. Somebody comes to my house, I'm coming at him with a hatchet.
No, an alpha move is, hey, intruder, hand me my hatchet. That's alpha. You don't even know how to be an alpha.
They slip in my door, and I'm gonna come running at them with my hair all wild in the hat. I don't care what kind of weapon they have, they're gonna run. And I got that hatchet, but you got to be
You ain't
careful.
got time to piss away your morning wood.
Well,
You're
one
just
time I woke up and the
running out there with a front rudder.
the imprint of the hatchet was still on my face, man. And I looked in the mirror. I'm like, I can't go to work like this. So I called the boss and said, hey, I can't come in today. I got a hatchet face. And you know what? He didn't ask any follow-up questions. He said, okay, see you tomorrow.
Should have sent him a picture. Ron
Hatchet.
says a machete.
Machete?
Machete's a good one.
I'll take
But I'll-
Iron Man's suit. I said any weapon.
No, you said any weapon. I'm going to go with an M60.
But you're going to call more zombies in and you are limited on ammo.
Does the suit run out of energy, or is it self-sufficient?
And how
Bring
loud?
itself
How loud is
sufficient.
the suit? You're talking about bringing more zombies in. If it's loud,
Well, come on, Iron Man's suit folds up into a
flies.
wristwatch.
Yeah, and he flies away.
That's not real, you know.
Don't you want Thor's hammer?
Yeah, of
You can
course.
just slam.
You said
I'd,
yeah.
I'd sleep on Thor's
You
hammer.
didn't say not
Damn it, I am a
real
beta. I
weapons.
can't pick this thing up.
It's okay, man. Just know your place. Know
I never woke up with a hatchet face.
Tomahawk hatchet. You know we're
That
family.
hatchet woke up with Tom head because I'm an alpha. At a steak restaurant, do you guys mess around with the salad course?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll eat the salad?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not even a big steak guy, so yeah, salad would be working for me.
Did you say no salad?
No, I would. I'm a salad guy.
There you
Oh, he's
go.
a salad guy.
Well, you know the Brazilian steakhouse, and you go in there, it's all you can eat, and then their salad, and then they bring you bread, and then they'll bring you little sides and stuff like that, so you don't fill up on their meat. I don't want to eat that much meat where I feel like, oh, do I need to go to the emergency room? Because like having a little salad's kind of good. man.
Alphas, don't worry about. They eat first
You're
as
right
much
about
meat as
that.
they
You're
want.
right
They ain't worried
that.
about.
That's a beta male.
That
move.
is a beta move.
From now on, no more salad for me. That's it.
Unless you
Somebody
call
call
me
an
on my
ambulance.
bullshit.
I had 2 extra ounces.
You with your alpha beta. Jeez.
Love it.
Ron says none of us could pick up Thor's hammer, by the way.
None of
Probably
us.
true. Maybe Molly would have the best chance.
Yeah. What about me?
All right. What's the last gift you gave someone? And I would say the pen, but freaking look at me. So you're welcome. This
Starbucks card.
Thank you.
Where's that rim shot?
Oh crap! I'm in charge of it. Mark, the last gift you gave someone. You're giving Molly a gift right now. I shouldn't have.
Starbucks card.
Starbucks card.
Yep.
All right.
Now, I gave 3 gifts to my son for his birthday in October,
Okay.
and I'll be damned if I could think of what any of them are right now. What did I get him? I know he wanted something, and then I got him 2 other things. Jesus.
You
I-
wanted something. I didn't get
I
that.
got him that, and then I
Okay.
got him 2 other things. I don't remember what I got him, and it was in October.
I gave Molly a bunch of Zelda stuff for her birthday. She was really happy with it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You got a little collection there?
It was a nerd birthday. I got a Zelda face mask that I love, and a new remastered Switch game, and a
The Master
LED
Sword.
like light that's the Master Sword.
Oh, I know one of the things I got my son is just
Jeans?
coming to me. These pretzels, because he's a big pretzel fan, but these are the kind. Now, can I remember the name? I tried them and they were like, I'm not a big pretzel fan, and they were the best pretzel I'd ever eaten. So I sent him some pretzels, and he shared them with the family. But I can't remember the name of the pretzel.
So you got your son for their birthday something that they throw on a bar to get people to drink more.
These are way better. They were pretzel twist. I can't remember the
I
name.
know which ones you're talking
Are
about.
they-
They're
are they-
$4.99
are
a
they
bag, and they're a skinny bag
Dots?
and red.
I got him a
Dots? I
big
think it's Dots.
Dots
Dots
pretzels.
pretzels. That's it. I
Yes.
tried. No, I got him a
Those are
shipment
good.
of them.
Yeah.
I got
Molly,
him Dots pretzels.
If
You
I
can-
ever get you a birthday present from a grocery store, you can break up with
I
me.
ordered them from Dots and I had them delivered.
They
He got a
sell them
big
at Piggly
shipment.
Wiggly.
I know, but I didn't get him a bag. I got him a whole box of
You know
them.
what
a
else they
commem- a
sell at
commemorative
Piggly
set.
Wiggly? They
Dump
sell
truck.
the Dots dust. That's seasoning dust.
Yeah.
They sell jugs of just.
You
the
can just do
dust,
lines of dot dust.
The flavor.
Have you tried Dot's Pretzels? Have you heard of them, Mark?
No, I haven't.
I'm going to send you
They're
some.
good.
No, if you send me something,
I'm gonna
what
send
about
you
those
some.
hot pickles?
Oh, by the way, Mark's birthday, 4th of July.
Born on the 4th of July.
Born on the 4th of July.
Excellent. All right, we'll wrap this up with strangest punishments from your parents. And I know you guys have to have some strange ones.
From my parents, I guess it was.
Now, I want to hear this.
I guess the strangest thing they made me do was just write what I did over and over and over again. Like why would I not? Like I would remember doing it, so why wouldn't I repeat it? I mean,
Yeah, fill the notebook.
I got a spoonful of crushed red pepper for swearing.
Ooh.
It was terrible.
Right in the backside?
No, right in the mouth.
After
But
the
listen,
backside.
it wasn't for saying a cuss word, for saying I swear. That's how strict that shit
Oh, wow.
was.
Wow.
Crushed red pepper, but hey, I love red pepper now, but like not in a spoonful. It's terrible.
Not a
But wait,
spoonful?
I have to say something. With Mark and my sons, which they're roughly the same age, and they had gone to spend the night over at your house.
oh yeah,
My sister, you remember this? And my
oh
sister
yeah.
looking for you guys, and y'all went camping.
We wanted to camp out.
How old were you then?
I may have been 10.
So my sons were 11 and 9. They were within the same age. So I guess my sister Stephanie, she said that my oldest son was crying and said, "Please don't tell my dad. Please don't." It's like, come on, that's things boys do. They went out. That's an alpha move, man.
Yeah, we
That's
decided to go out, and we
outrageous.
were going to go
Go
camp
out
out
of
in
a
the woods.
safe place and you go in the woods and do a little camping. I don't see anything wrong with that.
3 dudes.
3 dudes. They're grown men now.
William, if we went camping and you woke up with a sore ass, would you tell anybody?
No, I keep.
You
that
want to go
secret.
camping this weekend? Walked right into that fun stuff. You know what? I'm giving myself one of these if I can freaking find it.
Damn it.
You want to go camping,
Well, what
dude?
am I supposed to say? Yeah, I'm going to tell everybody I got a sore ass.
I know. That's
Oh,
all. That's a-
That's terrible.
All right, that was the hot seat, everybody. Thank you very much, our veterans. We got a couple of announcements. Movies with Mark is back.
Yep.
Movies
Yeah.
with Mark is back, starring our newest Mark of the show, Mark Metcalf. And we
Yep.
just filmed their first episode right before this.
Before this.
We saw What the Constitution Means to Me. Everybody should see it. It will be released on Friday. Molly, can you bring up the clip that we made this weekend to show? I'll get back to that announcement for our Big Laugh Comedy Network. She'll get to that, but check out Pop Culture Weekly. We have amazing guests on there. Next week, we will have the man who played Howard the Duck on. So Molly and I have been doing Twisted Dreams. We got a lot of movies to watch this weekend. Wisconsin's #1 horror film festival. We've expanded to fantasy and sci-fi, and it's just going to be bigger.
I
Mike-
just want to say the movie that we watched, What the Constitution Means to Me, is available on Amazon Prime for free. So if anyone out there, it's interesting. It doesn't sound like, oh, the Constitution, but it was an interesting, funny, engaging, based off of a play. So it's actually a movie of a play, but we all enjoyed it.
Very much. Molly, you about ready, or should we have Michael?
I'm working on it.
Guffs.
Guff's podcast. We've been recording pretty much every week with Wisconsin-based band Guffs, which you might remember them from the 90s out of UW Milwaukee. So we've been going back and looking at the 30 years of their history. And we've got, actually just yesterday, we put out the 2nd episode. So that is also, I think you can find that on Off the Rails page and check it out. Each episode's about 30 to 40 minutes. And,
Yeah, the whole band on there now, everybody.
yeah, last week we had 3 of the Guffs, 3 out of 4.
Should we redo
Oh,
the
nice.
first couple episodes with them?
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think
I think-
pretty good.
and one of the cool things we're doing is we kind of came up with an outtake reel that we've kind of been putting together of all the stuff we record when we're sitting around bullshitting. So that'll probably be the
Always
last thing.
keep the mic hot and the
Exactly.
record button going. Molly, how we doing?
Working on it.
Okay. I also wanted to say that I will be
Yes,
in Las
I was
Vegas.
getting to you.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead.
So I'll be performing at LA Comedy Club in Las Vegas on 11/11. That's next Wednesday.
Armistice
part of the World Series of Comedy, and it will be streaming live. And I think the tickets are pretty much sold out due to social distancing. It's a sellout because you can't have a lot of people in there, but I'm looking forward to it. There's 101 different comedians from all over the country, and I'm going to see some people I haven't seen for a long time, and it'll be great seeing all the
You
guys
have
and
to start it
gals.
out with Happy Veterans Day to my fellow veterans, and then you get some sympathy from the judges vote there. See that?
Yeah, that's kind of pandering. I don't.
Fuck it. Pander. You want to win this shit? You listen to me. Molly, how we doing?
I'm trying to pull it up in a Chrome tab so that we can share the audio. You didn't prepare me well for this.
I forgot.
How
is
big of
why.
an audience is going to be for that? You said there's tickets that are sold out, but how big of an
Well,
audience? They
I
anticipate?
think the last I had seen, I think there were like 8 tickets left available. So it said with social distancing, I don't know how they're setting that up. I've been in that comedy club before, and it probably holds a good amount of people. It's not the biggest place in the world, but it'll be great performing in front of a live crowd again and being with a bunch of comics from all over and guys that I've seen over the years doing these contests. And it'll be fun. I mean, I'm going to be staying. It's in the Stratosphere. I'll be staying at the hotel. I got really good rates. My flight is
Got
super
a
cheap.
tattoo across the street from the Stratosphere.
Did you?
Yeah.
Do show us. What is it?
Yeah, I'm buttoned up and tied up, dude. It's on my shoulder.
What is it?
Oh, it's just the sun. The
Okay.
universe. It's actually part of our logo. I got that when I was 20, though.
Okay.
So we kept it going.
Is that the
Molly,
one?
how we doing?
Mark, do you have any tattoos?
I do, yeah.
What you got? Undress for
Uh,
Molly while she's distracted. Distract her there. Take that shirt off.
Yeah.
Looks uncomfortable.
I've got 8.
You've got 8 tattoos?
Yeah, they don't show. How many you have, Mark?
I'd say I got 2.
2? Okay.
What's your most readily accessible one? You can
The
show
one
us.
on my own. Where are we at?
Uh-oh.
Got one there.
Yeah. I'd have to
It's
show it to
backwards
you.
on the camera, so yeah, it's hard to show.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
The most readily acceptable.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. As we're showing.
Time for the crotch shot.
Because I can't. No, look.
Oh, he's bending over.
What are you doing?
Whoa.
Wait a minute.
I don't even want to know where that one is.
Has to.
You got a Nike swoosh? No, that's a Newport. You got a Newport swoosh on
Wait a
the back
minute.
of your leg?
I like menthol. What can I say? I got a few on my legs.
Why did you get a Newport swoosh?
It's Nike, bro.
It's blue like Newport.
God damn it. Big tobacco again. Son of a bitch.
You got a Newport
But that was
swoosh.
the color of the ink, man.
Stop paying me for that.
So I have a Saints fleur-de-lis on one shoulder. I have an NY for New York Yankees on my chest. I'm going to get my grant.
From the
that's-
South, you got a Yankees tattoo.
Yeah, well, I'm from
Makes
Brooklyn
sense.
originally. And,
Oh, okay.
and I became a Yankees fan with Ron Guidry, Gator, Louisiana Lightning, man.
Gate of the Beta.
Every chance. You see, my son's told me, don't use that beta stuff, and you keep bringing it up.
Sorry.
Will, are you listening?
We are stalling for Molly here.
Well, let's talk to Mark about his
Hold
about
on.
his,
I think Molly's. Look at Molly's screen. What is going on over there?
What isn't going
Oh,
on?
here we
That's
go.
my question.
Molly's
go.
showing it. We're joining the Big Laugh Comedy Network. So, afternoon. This is bad audio here, but Molly, is that not working?
I mean, I love the color, first off. I have a drill. That
Wow.
brand- oh.
Fuck it. It ain't working. Let's kill this. It's done, Mal. Your screen's fucked. We'll put
the
it up
audio,
next.
The audio was sharing. So
I
don't know
heard
what's
it. I heard it.
That's okay.
Okay.
We'll put it on after the
Well,
show.
you're giving up like a beta. You know that's a beta move. Oh,
You know what? Let's just take our special Veterans Day special episode and watch me with a leaf blower stall out and chug and not work for 10 minutes because I'm an alpha. Let's
It's an alpha
let's
move.
get to you and your nephew here and honor some of our veterans. And William, you said you were going to start out with a question here.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you. Give us a little background.
I finally found the button.
give us a little background about your military experience, like how long you served and when you went in and when did you get out?
So I was kind of driven like a lot of the people in my generation after 9/11 to felt the need to serve. So why not? I looked at it. I was a young individual. You read and taught in school, in history, like you read about all these great wars and these great battles. So as a young individual, what not greater of an adventure to go upon than to sign up and, serve your country. So I decided to do that and went on with that. And I enjoyed my time in there. I was deployed multiple times, and I don't regret anything. I look at it as both a blessing and a curse at the same time. There are some things that I'll deal with forever with, and then there's on the flip of that coin, I will appreciate things that people that have never experienced the things that I've experienced, nowhere near the intensity that I can experience them in.
Well, where were you deployed?
I was in Iraq and Southeast Asia.
And do you want to share anything about that?
My son was born while I was in Iraq, so he was born 2 days before Katrina in New Orleans.
Jesus.
And that was a lot to deal with, the stress and whatnot. If you remember, the original reports for like 10,000 casualties right after Katrina, and the grid had went out. So at that point, I was in Iraq, and I had no communication with anyone that I could even communicate within a couple of states, basically. And they eventually pulled me off. I was not allowed to use any like the SATCOMs or anything, any phones. I wasn't allowed on the internet or anything like that, because they had feared at that point the American Red Cross hadn't even put together a casualty list, and they had assumed that my family maybe had perished.
Wow. How long did you have to sit on that nugget?
For about 21 days, and then I was able to get a hold, and I was attempting to come back, and they put me on emergency leave. And the problem was, when I got to the emergency leave, they got to from Iraq to Kuwait. My DA-31, which is a leave form, showed that I was going to New Orleans, Louisiana. At that time in Kuwait, they would not send me anywhere other than where your actual military orders say for you to go. But they found a loophole, and they were able to send me back to my home of origin duty station. So I actually flew back to North Carolina at Fort Bragg and drove and met my family.
Wow. Yeah, when you say Fort Bragg, so you're also a paratrooper then?
Absolutely, airborne all the way.
Ugh, I'm a leg.
Absolutely.
That's non-paratrooper. I had an opportunity to go there, and like a lot of us say, only two things fall out of the sky: bird shit and fools. I'm not gonna call you a fool, but you've heard it.
Yeah, that's something a leg would say.
Leg would say. See, we're learning some military jargon here. This is great.
Yep. But that's another thing too, because as a married person with a family, the military it's tough on the family. It's tough on your wife. I mean, I know they deployed me on Reforger to Germany, and my wife was about to have a baby, and they told me if the Army wanted you to have a wife, they would issue you one. Get on that plane.
Yes.
That's the way it is.
What?
That's what you sign up for. That's what you sign up for.
They give you a GI wife.
Well, no, you don't get. That's what they tell you.
Okay.
In other words, don't complain about your family. Don't complain about. You have a mission to do, and that's the number one thing. But I'll say this, like Mark, let me ask you this. So when you went through basic training, like as rough as it was and the discipline, I feel personally that's how the Army should be all the time. Because when I went to my first duty station in Fort Carson, Colorado, it was so lax and just like, what the hell is this? And it just felt like I like people yelling at me and telling me what to do, because that's how I grew up. Well, it makes you more alpha. But what I'm saying is,
listening to women.
No, they didn't have any women when I went through basic training. That was 1977. They were in the Army, but they weren't in my basic training. Do you have women in your basic training?
They do now. I was in combat MOS, so they're open to all females and males now.
When you went through basic, were there women?
No.
Yeah, mine either. So what was your MOS?
I was a 19 Delta Cavalry Scout.
Cavalry Scout. MOS is military occupational specialty. And when I first went in, I was 05 Charlie. And when I signed up, they say, if you go 05 Charlie, we'll give you a $2,500 bonus. And that's a radio operator, radio teletype operator with Morse code. So I had to learn Morse code. So it's like all that stuff is obsolete now because it's like, oh, operate a radio, operate a teletype. You got computers now. So I mean,
Yeah, we don't have that.
huge antennas and things like that. And learning Morse code, dude, let me tell you something. And you had to copy it, you had to send it, and you had to do it with speed and accuracy. I didn't think I'd ever get out of there. It almost drove me crazy. And then when I went to my first duty station, I got assigned to a field artillery unit, and they're like, oh, you're not going to be using that. Like all that stuff I went through. And that's another thing is every unit I went to, I would get sent to the field all the time. You're in a field artillery unit. I go to Greece. It's a field artillery unit. It's like I go back to, and I get assigned to a signal unit in Georgia. And then it's like I'm in the field all the time. And I'm like, when it came time for me to re-enlist, I said, I want to use something that I can use when I get out. So I said, I'm changing into the medical field. And I became a patient care specialist. And I went through the training in San Antonio, Fort Sam Houston in San Antonio. I get to my first duty station, a field hospital. It's like, damn it. So, I mean, the things that happen. And then I did that for a while. And then it's like, oh, I'm going to change over because the cutoff scores, and you know about that, for E6 were super high. So I changed over to NBC. I was the NBC NCO, Nuclear, Biological, and Chemical Defense. When I get out of the Army, I said, well, maybe I can I did equivalent to what an LPM would do. I gave shots. I took blood. I started IVs. Like, oh, no, that doesn't count for anything. That's military. You'd have to go back to school. I'm like, I got 2 kids. I can't go back I got to go to nursing school. Well, maybe you could be an EMT in nuclear, biological, and chemical defense. You really, there's not much you can do. So I started selling cars. And I did that for a year. And I worked as a room service waiter at the Mont Leon Hotel for a year. And then I became a bread man for a while. And then when I moved up here, I've been here for 26 years working for U.S. Bank. You went back to school after you got out of the military, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I went back to school with emphasis in engineering, more of an aerospace, and I went that route, and I enjoyed it.
Engineering. That's a smart boy.
There you go.
Smart and good looking, Molly. He's a catch.
Yeah.
All right, that's all we have for our crap.
So, is there anything you'd like to share? I mean, look, I know we haven't really had any personal conversations about some of the things that you had to go through when you were on deployment. Share
Yeah.
as whatever, as little or as much as you want, but give us.
I mean, I guess one thing I would share that with a lot of veterans that are dealing with multiple deployments or just feeling like left out because you're leaving an organization that is all about taking care of each other. It's, if some person is lacking, the other person will help that other person out without even questioning it or thinking about it. So then when they get out, a lot of these guys, they'll have stressors and whatnot. And I'm just trying to bring awareness to the fact that the suicide rate is alarmingly high for veterans from coming back and transitioning back to civilians. I actually lost a close friend. We were at a military ball in 2010 in Fort Bragg, and he actually took his life because he got into an argument with his at then time fiance. And life's short, man. You gotta embrace it while you have it.
Now, I don't know if this is similar, but I went through a huge bout of depression after medical school because I was so structured. And that must be kind of similar in military life that when school was over, I just didn't know what to do with myself. Like,
Yeah, a lot of guys.
all this time, I've never had any time. It was scheduled study, eat, I can do a bathroom, maybe I can slip this in. And then once that's over, a 24/7 structured life, it's like, what do I do now?
You started.
I think
Started a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with the fact they get back and then they're always, like I said, I mean, as far as combat in a war zone, I mean, I don't think there's anything else that's more intense a human being can go through. And then when you come back and life has slowed down dramatically at that point, some people will question like, okay, what is the next thing that's going to top that? And they're always searching for that and they may never find that, which also could lead to depression.
Okay.
Have you had any issues with depression since you've been back?
Yeah, there's times where, I'll notice that like I just don't want to go out or I don't want to socialize as much. And at that point, I'll try to catch myself. Or there's other veterans around here that we try to keep in touch with veterans around here so that we kind of look after each other because we can see the signs and we can see it before other people. And, you know, they'll stop by and they'll knock on the door and it's like, hey, we're going to grab a beer. It's like, nah, I don't want to do anything. It's like, hey, we're going to grab a beer.
Well, you did,
And we'll
mention
just talk
son.
it
How
out.
old is your son Cade now?
He is 15 now. Yes.
15.
Wow,
And then-
5 Katrina at days old.
And then you also have a daughter, Mia. How old is she?
I do have a daughter. She's 6. Yes.
Adorable. And I see a lot of pictures with you and her. So, I mean, like that should kind of keep you grounded when you have
Absolutely.
moments of depression and you know you have to be there for that little girl. And,
Oh, yes.
you know, she seems like she's pretty happy. I mean, I see a lot of pictures of you guys together. Y'all spend
Yeah.
a lot of time together. But
We do.
like if you go and you serve your country and you go in a combat situation and you come home and you might have some type of issues, and if you have to go to court and having to do with custody, they will turn around and use your service against you.
Yes.
Do you want to cover any of that?
Yeah, the main thing that I find coming back, and it's we fight for equality everywhere in this country. We fight for it in jobs, we fight for it for women's rights, elderly's rights, and everyone. But I don't see where we don't fight enough for our veterans that come home and they maybe do suffer from PTSD, but they are no threat to anyone. But for fathers to go into a courtroom, it costs a father to be able to see time with their children because that's being used against them. And the fact that that would even be able to be entered into a courtroom when there's been no, you know, there's no history of any complaints or any endangerments of anything. I find that it's kind of disrespectful that family courts could be doing these.
Yeah.
But
I agree 100%. I've known you your whole life. I've never known you to be anything but a solid individual. I would testify on your behalf anytime.
thank you.
Because absolutely, you're a great father. And it's a shame that you go and serve your country. And when you come back, you're going to have to deal with that being like a mark against you.
Well, and I think it's a shame overall, and I'm not trying to make this political by any stretch, but there just seems to be a lack of respect for you know, people in the military these days. And you know, you're talking about a beta complex, and you've got people spread throughout the country that are unhappy about the way things are and don't value our military, but yet wouldn't you know, piss on you to put you out if you're on fire. You know, where we've got people like yourself and William that are kind of defending our freedom, and I think that I'm hoping this doesn't come off shitty, but I just think there's been a horrible disrespect to people such as yourself, you know, and it's a shame to watch that happen. So again, you know, just for me personally, I do appreciate your service and thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you very much. That's why we do this every year.
The main issue, the main things that I'm trying to fight with is when a father walks into a courtroom, it should be 50-50. I mean, every statistic and scientific evidence that we have currently shows that a child, regardless if the mother or father get there or work together and they get along, that a child, if it have equal access to both parents, excels in every avenue of life, more of a successful person.
Honestly, a child definitely needs a father, and for anyone to block a father's access to their child, it's reprehensible, in my opinion. It really is.
Well, and to add to that too, I mean, so you're basically defending our freedom, and it's being used against you. And
Absolutely.
That's the whole thing.
right.
It's
And
terrible.
and that just even to hear that out loud
That's
is
biting the hand that feeds you. if I ever-
exactly right.
So, just kind of switch gears here. When we were talking with William, it said, like he said, don't say retired, say former. So, in your opinion, how fucked are we if William has to suit up again, put on the uniform, and go out
I
there?
don't think they would
Is it
ask
an Iron
for
Man
that.
suit?
I don't know. How far are we running?
It comes down to William having to put on old tight buttons popping.
He's not fitting into those.
No, I would never fit into
I
that
think
uniform.
it's time to surrender,
Yeah,
When
guys.
I got out of the army, I was 185 pounds. I'm far. There's no way I could get a leg in my pants.
So very fucked would be the answer.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Or how fucked would we be if we have to get Tom to get into the military?
Me?
These two beta males.
Oh, jeez. I'd be running the show in no time.
Would you?
Yeah.
You know, we all answer
I
to
would
Molly,
trust
right?
Molly.
Yeah, we all
I
answer
would
to
trust
Molly anyway.
Molly with a weapon.
You've seen her try to do two things at once, right?
Well,
Like
that's
aim
all she
and
needs
fire?
to do is one
Sorry.
thing: shoot.
Shoot.
Will says that you're too alpha for the uniform now.
That's my son.
You outgrew it.
You got that right, buddy.
Alpha out of it.
The
Yeah.
alphaness.
It's like an empty chrysalis that he came out of his beta chrysalis into a beautiful
I'm gonna have
alpha
him write
butterfly.
some of my material, man. That's great.
I molded out of my beta.
Oh wow. All right. So how has the military helped you? I know it's hurt you in some of your personal life, but how has going helped you?
I think it it showed me determination. There were things in schools that I went through the military that you're mentally, if you don't quit, I mean, there's nothing you really can achieve. I mean, if you don't quit, then you're still pursuing it, and eventually you will get there.
Look, he's a disciplined young man. I mean, and I'm not saying that you wouldn't have, because even as a kid, you always seemed to be respectful. When I would go see you, and I was in the military, you'd say yes, sir, to me, and no, sir, and it's just like you were brought up the right way, and you love your country. Oh, by the way, I don't want to leave out his cousin, Jason. I don't know whether he's watching the show. Jason Amato, which is my other sister's son. He's a major in the reserves. And that kid went in as an enlisted, served 4 years, got out, went to college, and then joined, I think it was the National Guard. Now he's on the reserves, and he's up to a major now.
Wow.
So, I mean, there's our family, we're well represented in the military.
So I know you two have
And I'm proud of that. I mean, it's a source of pride for me. I don't understand how some people can't be proud of the military or love this country, but
at least you don't have Lieutenant Dan's military service record for your family.
Thank God.
Someone fought and died in every single American war.
Yeah.
He lost his legs, Lieutenant Dan.
Magic legs.
What type of unwritten rules do you know, looking at somebody that they served in the military, kind of like police officers can pick each other out of a crowd?
I think so.
Certain branches, I would say, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and I'll say this, the way that I brought my sons up, and Will's there, he can tell you, I would always make them stand for the national anthem, even in our living room before a football game. You stand up for that national anthem. That's how they grew up, and it's just the way that I was raised. And it's like, look, you don't have to blindly follow, and sometimes your country can be wrong, and you can speak out on that. But love your country, love the people that go and represent and serve and go to war for you. And when they come back, for Christ's sake, treat them good.
Right. Yeah, very much. William, how do you use the military experience in your comedy act? Or in comedy in general, even going to open mics or anything? How do you use some of that?
Get good posture. Look, I'm slouching. I don't know. I mean, as far as I don't know how you translate that into comedy.
Yeah, so
I mean, I might have
you
a
must
few
have,
stories here and there, like I told earlier.
you
That's
talk about syphilis a lot.
I used to give Mark, when I was a medical corpsman, I ran an immunization clinic down in South Georgia. I gave about 60 penicillin shots a week for the clap.
Okay, here's the question. Everybody's
one for
dying.
you, one for me.
Everybody's dying to know. How many in-person dicks have you seen?
Like uncountable.
It's just raining dicks.
I lost track. I don't know. Well, like basic training. Like I know when I went through basic training in Fort Gordon, Georgia, there were no stalls. I mean, just big communal showers, toilets sitting right next to one another, no wall or any partition. Everybody's out in the open. That's how you become
stance.
close. Well, yeah, you're gonna have to close that stance a little bit, buddy.
You just
Right? Was that like that for you in
It
basic?
was. Yes, it was.
Yeah, same thing.
Showers, yeah.
are
Community
there
showers.
like stall rules, like the urinal? You
No,
don't-
it's just a pole that goes up and it's got spouts that shoot out on all sides.
Wait a minute. I'm not picturing a hole that goes up and has spouts.
A pole. It's a shower pole that goes
Oh,
up.
I was
and
talking
then-
about
What you talking about?
Toilets.
The
There was just
toilets.
one
Oh
right
no,
next-
no, yeah, no. There's no. There's just a toilet there next to
You
another
have,
toilet.
like,
Next to another
toilet
toilet.
etiquette?
No.
Like you shit as far away from someone as possible?
Like there's 20 in a row. and you
Trust
don't
me,
sit
in
next to
basic
the guy.
training, everybody's shitting at the same time. You get about 5 minutes to go shit. Smoke them if you got them. I didn't even smoke. I'm like, they're letting us do something. I started buying cigarettes because, like, I want to have that freedom to do something. Because if we had to go pick those cigarette butts up, you know that on police call, go pick up the cigarette butts. I'm like, I don't even smoke. I'm picking up cigarette butts. And when they smoke it, they got them. I'm going to start smoking. I started smoking. I
Wow.
quit after basic training, but I did. I smoked all through basic training.
Yeah.
So you got married to fuck the government. You smoked to fuck the government. You're a rebel, dude. You're an alpha.
I am an alpha.
My brother was in the Navy, and he said that at least more recently, vaping has taken over. So he started vaping in the
Okay.
Navy.
But
But that's the Navy. Come on, right?
no, what the Navy, that's a whole nother
Yeah.
thing because you get on that ship and then you have some indoctrination things that they used to put people through worse than the fraternities. Yeah, they would grease them up and do all kind of naked weird shit to them. Yeah, that's back in the 70s. I'm sure they cleaned that up by now.
My
but-
dad served in the Navy too.
Yeah, I'm sure he could tell you some stories.
He was on a boat. My uncle was on a submarine. Talk about going crazy. Be stuck underwater on a submarine with a bunch of guys and then get shore leave.
That's a thing too. When I was in Greece, the Navy would come into town and people were like, they would lock up and close up their businesses. And I'm like, come on, these are Americans. I mean, like, and they were very weary of Americans because of the Navy. They had a pocket full of money. They'd been on a boat for months. They come in. I saw them turn
Underwater
over a
for
cab.
months.
They flipped a cab, beat up a cab. Navy guys are crazy, man. They give us all a bad name.
Molly comes from a long line of seamen
But-
in more ways than one.
They beat up a cab.
My brother never served on a ship because in basic they make you go on like a recreation of the ships that you'd be on. And he's like, I didn't know I was claustrophobic until I went through basic training.
Oh, wow.
Well, sometimes you're not claustrophobic until the water starts coming up, and then you get real claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
thinking
shore
about-
service.
You said your dad was on a submarine?
My
Ugh,
uncle.
Your uncle. Ugh. I don't think I could be on a submarine. It's just
You
like,
can't open a
yeah,
window
underwater,
to get
yeah.
the smell out.
What about you, Mark? Could you be on a submarine?
Probably not. Probably.
You'd rather
not.
jump out of
You'd rather
a
jump-
perfectly good airplane.
Yeah.
In the
You can
submarine.
see Navy guys running amok.
Have
as
you
well.
jumped out of any plane since you've been out of the military?
I have not. I
No?
have not.
Okay.
I'll
You
get up there
gonna
one
do it
day.
again?
Oh no. I mean, I'm afraid of heights, but yeah.
Oh my!
Me
Yes.
too.
Well, and if you do it as a civilian, at least you get a better parachute, right?
And then you get a
Yeah,
guy
it's a lot
your
softer
back, so
landing.
it's probably why
Definitely
you
a
would
lot
do it.
softer landing.
What was that, Mark?
It'll definitely be a lot softer landing. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And it'll be during the daytime, I would assume, not nighttime.
Oh, you did nighttime once?
Yeah, most of the operation jumps were at night.
How do you see when the ground's coming up?
Oh, you see it. There's chem lights broken all on the ground.
Oh, okay.
So you'll
What if
see a
somebody
chem
forgets
light.
to throw
And then
'em?
you have a red chem light you'll break if you're injured when you land, and there's medics that are on the ground. So when you land, because you land rather you're not in the air that long. You're dropping at about 800 to 1,000 feet, and you're coming down pretty quick because obviously you don't want to be up there that long.
Sure, lots of broken legs and arms.
Twisted ankles. Ugh.
Yes.
Did
yeah.
you get injured in jump school or anything?
Yeah, I was at the SLT, which is the swing loading trainer, and I was supposed to be hooked up on the back, but I guess the private behind me was paying attention to something else and didn't hook me up. So like when Sergeant Airborne was like jump off 15 feet off and you just lean because you thought you're hooked up, yeah, I went straight down.
Oh no.
And, I thought I broke my legs, but I didn't. It was just a high ankle
You didn't
sprain.
break it?
No, I ended up jumping my last jump in jump school was with a high ankle sprain.
Jeez. Those things can linger. And then you
Oh,
got to run. Did you run in boots? Because we used to have to run in boots, but I heard they switched to where.
No,
you can
you're
wear
running in
tennis
boots.
shoes.
Not when I was there.
No,
You're
okay.
running in boots.
All right. Yeah.
William, when's the last time you ran?
Ooh. Who can remember? I'm 62 years old.
Never even ran. Huh?
I ran on a treadmill.
What about a bee chasing you?
No, I don't run from bees. My granddaughter.
He's an alpha.
I'm an
Alphas
alpha.
don't
man. I'm
run.
gonna run from a
Just
bee.
grab that fucker and eat it.
Have
You
you not
just
learned anything?
Just ignore it. Like he'll go away. Let's leave him be. Leave him be.
Oh yeah. Well, Mark, would you like to stick around for a bonus episode where we
We'll
just
do
go
an-
nuts?
We'll do another hour.
I got to get back. I got daddy duties.
Okay.
All right. Love that you have kids for excuses. That is so good. He just did not have fun today. That's the truth.
No, I had a great time.
That was hey, Mark, William, all the veterans out there. Thank you for your service. We appreciate
Thank
it.
you for
Molly,
your
what do they got to
service.
do for us? They got to like and share this. Make sure share it with all your military buddies out there. We do this every year.
Like
Share
and
the shit
share.
out of this. Bam. Like it. Go to our Patreon. Molly's going to put our video out. Veterans, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you here on Off the Rails. And remember, we're not good enough. And get him his pen.
I will. I'll send it to you.
Thanks for tuning in, Universe.